Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Mr. Dr. Ragul Paramasivam, and he will talk on the topic Smart Mastitis Management Practices for Sustainable Dairying. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Quick introduction about myself. I am the co-founder and CEO of Chimertech Private Limited. We are a dairy tech startup. We largely work on mastitis management, breeding management, and most importantly, nutrition management for dairy farmers. We work with more than 20,000 plus dairy farmers across India, Indonesia, Nepal, Bangladesh, Rwanda, and multiple sub-Saharan countries and South Asian countries. So my background being, I'm a molecular biologist, biotechnologist with expertise in immunology. So earlier, I have developed multiple technologies for detection of HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases in humans. Before that, I worked extensively on diseases that are transmitted from animals to humans. Post my PhD, we started working on problems that are usually occur in dairy animals, which can be very much preventable with technologies. So we want to develop affordable technologies that can reach the farmers, and most importantly, the technologies that can be used by the farmer himself without having to wait for vegetarians or any other support. So we are trying to empower farmers with technology by providing affordable and user-friendly practices. So coming to mastitis, mastitis is the biggest problem in dairy industry. It not just affects the animal, but it affects the user, as in the farmer, and also the consumer, as we drink the milk. So it is a complete ecosystem where the mastitis affects animals, humans, and even plants, and also the consumers. So this way, it is a one health. It's a very big one health problem. If you see the mastitis, it is usually a bacterial infection that comes in the udder. The udder will get very red. The udder will become swollen, and you will get curdled milk. So any cattle that is capable of producing even 15 to 20 liters will be reduced to less than 1 liter of milk production. Most of the time, the farmer will not know the animal is infected. There are multiple technologies available for detecting and confirming mastitis, but we have to detect it at a very early stage, or completely prevent it, or use lesser antibiotics to treat the animal. This is what we do. As Chimertech, we largely work on complete ecosystem, starting from preventing the disease, and then if at all it occurs, detect it at a very early stage, and use non-antibiotic methods like ethno-veterinary methods to treat the animal. So if you see the economic loss in case of mastitis, it as you delay the detection of mastitis, the amount of milk loss increases. So on average in India, the prevalence of mastitis and subclinical mastitis is as much as 92%. That means out of 10 cattle, at least 9 cattle will get the disease, especially in the lactation period. In a country like India, where there is 35 crores plus animals, out of which at least 32 to 33 crores is already affected by mastitis. So even if you treat the animal with injections, with antibiotic treatment, the loss that has happened will not come back again. So any cattle that produce 15 to 20 liters will not come back to 15 to 20 liters. It will come back only to 12 to 30. You won't get the same amount of milk even after the treatment, any number of treatment, because mastitis is happens at the milk producing glands. It damages the milk producing glands. So the more the damage, the lesser the milk it produces, and it is non-reversible. So the best approach is to detect it at a very early stage, or if possible, you prevent it from coming. So the major issues that we as a company address in mastitis is the mastitis usually happens for a period of 45 days before it gets reddish. It becomes curdled, as I said. So it becomes very very detectable only after 45 days. But for that 45-day period, the farmer will not know it is infected. So we are reducing that detection time period by up to 3 days. So, and secondly, the amount of milk being lost. On a customer level, the farmer spends as much as 3,000 to 5,000 for treatment of mastitis, and it is costing the country up to 13,000 crores because of one single problem. And most of the time, if you see, the treatment usually is an antibiotic. So the usage of antibiotics in animals will have a residue in the milk. So this becomes a problem when we consume the milk. The final consumer also gets affected. So antibiotic mixed milk will lead to antimicrobial resistance, which causes more disease in humans. So apart from this, and most of the time, you have to wait for a veterinarian to come and do the injection to detect if it is mastitis. So there's a lot of dependency on the veterinarians. So this can be prevented by providing technologies that is farmer themselves can do it. In a country like India, where 35 crore plus animals are there is less than 1 lakh veterinarians. So that means for every 3,500 animals, there is one veterinarian, which is very, very alarming. So one veterinarian cannot serve to 3,500 animals. And with mastitis being 90% occurrence rate, one veterinarian has to assist 3,000 plus animals in a year. So this is very, very difficult. So that's where we have developed technologies, holistic technologies, from prevention, detection to treatment. So we have a set of products which will prevent the mastitis from coming by using lactic acid based and iodine based formulations. Some of these are herbal based, and some of them are food grade materials. So even if it happens to mix in the milk, it will not have any problem for the animal or for the consumers, and for the calf also. And secondly, we have developed what is called as quad mass test, which will detect the disease in 3 days. Within 3 days, it takes only 10 seconds to detect the disease for a period. As instead of waiting for 45 days to confirm if the animal is infected, we will detect it within 3 days. And we have treatment plans which are completely herbal, completely ethno-veterinary, no antibiotics, no harm chemicals, completely indigenous solution, where the farmers can do it themselves without having to wait for veterinarians. So our first product was on Quad Masters. Quad Masters is a device that you can use directly on the animal. It will detect mastitis at subclinical level within 3 days. At the field itself, the farmer himself can detect the disease without having to wait for veterinarian. And this is completely reagent free. No reagents, no chemicals. You buy one device like this, you detect mastitis, and you can use it n number of animals. Any number of animals you can detect. Each test takes less than 30 seconds. And the same technology we have in milking machine. So what happens here is, while the milk is being collected, you will know the readings in your phone. In your phone itself, it will tell you if the animal is infected or not. So coming back to Quad Masters, this is how the device looks. So the results look something like this. So most importantly, the results are displayed on the udder itself, on the display itself on the device. If it is green, the animal is healthy. If it is red, it is infected. It is very much infected. If it is yellow, early stage, the first stage of infection. So the farmer will be able to understand just by the colors. He does not have to understand the chemistry behind it. It is very much friendly for non-technical users also. Unskilled users also can understand in a very simple way by the change in colors. Secondly, it will tell you which udder, which quarter of the udder is infected. For example, in dairy animals, there are 4 teeth. You will be able to understand which teeth is infected. This is front left teeth, front right teeth, back left, and back right. So this, based on the 4 quarters, the farmer will be able to know which teeth is infected, and he can go for the treatment for that particular teeth alone instead of spending so much money. So same technology in milking machine. It will give you readings, as well as it has 4 LEDs. So it will blink in green, red, or yellow based on which teeth is infected. So these are the differences between the two, and we can go on details if needed. So if you see the current technologies, there are multiple other technologies available where most of them are lab based, not field based. So CMT, everybody would have been aware of CMT. But the problem with CMT will not detect at an early stage. It will only confirm the animal is infected. But in our case, you can detect it before it becoming a disease. So you
Hello.
it from
Hello.
spreading to the other animal. Tamil Nadu Veterinary University, Karnataka, NDTV. Sorry, I'll continue.
Sir, we
So
lost your voice, sir. Now you continue, sir. Okay.
yeah.
Sir, slightly louder you can speak, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Is it audible now?
Okay.
Is it better?
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank
Please
you.
proceed, sir.
So it has been well validated on 1,500 plus animals by multiple veterinary universities, NDTB, NDRI, and Tanavas, and also Gadvasu, and so on. And as I said, the features include complete data storage on more than 1 crore plus samples can be detected and stored, and the data can be shared with the veterinarian. You can go back and look into it, and also you don't need any expertise here. You collect the milk and you check it. It takes only 10 seconds to analyze, and all this data can be visualized on our app, on our iAir app, on any normal mobile also. You can log in into our website and you can detect. Secondly, the device has its own RFID reader. So what happens, we will give you tags, animal tags. Each data of each animal will be stored separately, so that tomorrow you can check if this particular animal is infected or not earlier. Is it recurring? And you can also understand the disease progression. Is your treatment working or not? Is the somatic cells reducing or not? All those information will be available directly on our app, on any database you can access to. And secondly, it is all waterproof, completely battery operated. You can use it for more than 1 week in single charge. And also there are calibration solutions being provided, so it can be done by yourself. You don't have to wait for anybody to come and do the service. If you can do the auto calibration of the device itself. Secondly, the device comes with the printer, where you can print out the data and store it for your references. So this is how the device works. I'll quickly show you a video. So the milk is collected on these 4 chambers. So each teat, it is collected in 4 different chambers. You have 4 cups where the milk is collected directly, and you just switch on the device. It will take about 30 seconds for the whole test to go, and you will see the results something like this. Sorry. Something like this, where it will tell you this particular teat is infected, whereas the other 3 are very good. So at the teat level, you can understand which teeth is infected. So, so these are multiple methods that we have for detecting the disease, but to prevent the disease, it is better to prevent than you detect it after it's coming. So we have multiple solutions for preventing the disease from coming. These are teeth dips and teeth sealants, which can be used on the udder, and it can be sprayed directly. We have multiple formulations for spraying, for applying on the udder directly. I'll just quickly show you a video on that. So this is a product. So this is how the packaging comes, and it comes in bottle, pouch, and multiple versions. You fill the liquid into the device, and you can apply it directly on the udder. Something like this. And after milking, you can just peel it off like your face pack. So what happens here is, most of the time the mastitis spreads when the animal sits on its own dung. If you see, the surface will be always covered with some form of dust, dung, or the urine. So after milking, what happens? The udder pores, the teeth pores will be open for at least 40 minutes. In the 40 minutes is very less. In larger animals, in older animals, it can go as much as 3 hours to 4 hours for it to completely close. So most of the time, the dirt will go inside and the bacteria will go inside and infect the udder. So the udder being a very rich medium with milk and all, the bacteria will grow well, and it will start eating the somatic cells, that is milk producing glands. Thereby the infection happens. So here what we are doing is, this particular lactic acid based solution will kill any bacteria uh, that is coming in contact with it. So this is completely food grade, no harsh chemicals, completely food grade, and thereby even if it is mixed with milk, nothing will happen. And once you dip it, it will form a layer on the animal, and thereby it will prevent from further infections. So this will give you protection for up to 30 hours, 30 hours. So this is fine kind, and we have couple of variations in fine kind in the teeth dealant section. We have Morpho, which is SLS based. We have Iogen, which is iodine based. So based on the level of infection, or based on the occurrence level in your farm, we can recommend which of these three to be used. So once the animal is infected, if at all any infection happens, so we have what is called as Mastroveda, which is a antibacterial and quick recovery ethno-veterinary medicine, completely made of herbal concoction in castor oil, which will elevate, it will reduce the pain, reduce the swelling. Most importantly, it will cure mastitis within 5 days. And this has been well validated by veterinary university, and we've been exporting this product across multiple countries as well. So Apart from these products that I mentioned on the mastitis, we have multiple other products as well. That includes ranging from farm equipments, nutrition, breeding tools. As I said, tea tips for disease prevention. We have pregnancy detection kit and multiple other platforms as well. So these are some of our upcoming products. Smart milking machine. As I said, multiple AI integrated devices. These are some of the products in development, and this is how our dashboard looks like in our app. I'll show you how it looks. So this is our current R&D product, where this is a smart milking machine. So when the animal is milked every time, you will get all the details of the quality of the milk. Usually when the animal is milked, it is given in milk collection test center, and they will do the testing analysis and give you the report. But this one, you will get the data while the milk is being collected itself. Inline, online, real time, you will get the data. Similarly, you will be able to understand the uh, trace elements, metabolism, mastitis, and couple of other things on the app itself. So this is the app. So this is our I Heard app, where you can understand multiple things, where we can buy our products. We have more than 120 plus products, where you can connect with veterinarians directly, telemedicine you can connect, and multiple other things. So this is our Bashu partner, which is a mobile veterinary clinic. So we have what is called as telemedicine, which tagged with the on-field testing, on-field medicine, on-field procedures that can be done at the field level itself. So it is like farmers can book appointments with veterinarians, and the veterinarians will come and visit your farm based on the availability directly at the farm level. They will test at the farm level and provide advisory treatment and other things directly at the farm. So this is our Pashu Central. Pashu Central is our franchisee store. We are converting milk collection centers into franchisee stores. What happens here? Milk collection center usually works for 2 to 3 hours per day. Most of the time, there's nothing much happening there. But it is mandated that farmers visit and pour milk regularly. So what we are doing is we are converting the milk collection centers into franchisee stores, where we sell our products. Around 120 plus SKUs are there, where we sell our products like nutrition and other things. So this is our complete Pashu ecosystem. We have Pashu Partner, Pashu Central, and Pashu X. That includes a mobile app and other things. So we've been working with multiple agencies. We've been funded by multiple people. These are some of the funding agencies that have supported us, and these are our clients. We have over 700 plus clients. That includes Akshay Kalpa, Milky Mist, Prompt, and Nandini, and multiple others as well. And these are some of our collaborators. We largely work with e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Bayer, Pashusala, Gaibro, Bighat, Dihat, and so on. Some of our academic partners. And we are pan India, and we are exporting to multiple countries. That includes Indonesia, Nepal, Bangladesh, Rwanda, and other countries as well. This is the impact that we have created. We work with more than 20,000 plus farmers, and on average, we have increased about 4,500 per cattle per farmer. And we largely work with more than 80 cooperative societies across India, multiple FPOs, and so on. And all our products are well certified. We have ISO and GMP in place, and most of our products are Elmer grade. And you can buy our products anywhere from Big Art to the Art, Amazon, Bharat Agri, Pashusala, HP Suraksha, Flipkart, some of these products. And we are constantly working with a lot of FPO partners across India. We have onboarded almost like 400 plus FPOs across India on our platform, where we provide, make them our partners and provide them with margins up to 40% on all our products. So, to understand more about us and our team, please visit our website, chimertech.com. You can enroll yourself as farmer, you can enroll yourself as veterinarian, or even distributor, and understand more on the products. If you want to communicate with us directly and have a demo session on our products or understand more on our products, please call us. This is my personal number, and you can connect with my sales team at 9790929442. I'm open to more questions. We can discuss in detail more on the technology, more on the mastitis management, and open to questions.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I'll move on to the questions now. How do smart tools help reduce antibiotic misuse in dairy farming?
So what happens here is we detect the disease at a very early stage. In case of mastitis, the amount of antibiotics used is very high, and also there are range of antibiotics being used. The animal itself is already antibiotic resistant. What happens when you keep giving multiple antibiotics? It leads and gives you a residue in the milk. By detecting at a very early stage, you don't have to go for antibiotic treatment. You can treat the animal in ethno-veterinary treatment itself. Since we detected within 3 days, the amount of infection is less, and the animal does not have gone through the phase of needing for more antibiotics. So we detected early, and thereby we treat it with ethno-veterinary medicine itself. So there is no antibiotic usage here, and the milk being produced is completely residue free.
Okay.
I hope I answered that.
Yes, sir. I'll move to the next question. What are the top three low-cost practices farmers can immediately adopt to prevent mastitis?
We recommend the farmer to check for mastitis every 3 days. So this can be done with our device or something like CMT, or basically you have to allow the animal to stand for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour after milking. So most of the time the animal gets the disease by sitting on the floor. So if you feed it after milking, it will be standing for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Thereby you can avoid the contamination of the udder. Secondly, when you most of the time the animal, we bathe the animal. We use water, splash water, use hose pipes, and clean the animal. What happens? All the dirt will come and sit at the udder only. At the final drop, the drops will come only at the udder. That's where the infection happens. So after bathing the animal or cleaning the animal, you have to wipe the animal dry with some kind of a detergent, or even a small salt solution will be enough. So you have to completely dry the animal, as in dry the udder. Thereby there is no wet contamination after bathing. And secondly, you can use multiple teeth sealants that we offer. Teeth dips. Teeth dips are mandatory on everyday basis to prevent mastitis. This will cost you less than 1 rupee for a day. So the farmers, the whatever that we have developed are 100% affordable by the farmers. These are simple solutions and done at a very minimal cost. Thereby the farmers can afford it at a very minimal cost. Next, next question, please.
Yes, sir. How important is milking hygiene and teeth care in preventing infection? On what simple steps farmers can follow daily?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the cleaning of animal has to be mandatory. The teat dip usage or even simple detergent based wiping the udder is very, very mandatory. Secondly, there are a lot of immunity boosters available for udder health. Especially, there are supplements that will provide proper pH for the udder, like what we have something called mastifix, which will retain the udder pH, and thereby the bacterial contamination can be reduced. Similarly, there are other technologies available, like other supplements by multiple other agencies that will reduce mastitis. And basically, you have to improve the immunity in case of animal health. As animal progresses, ages, more birth, the animal loses strength and immunity. So it is very important to provide supplements, minerals for a lot of antibiotics or any medicine to work. So the animal lacks minerals, so you have to go with mineral supplements. And secondly, to improve immunity, there are a lot of ethno-veterinary products also, which can be procured at our product as well. And there are a lot of ethno-veterinary treatments available that can be done to improve the immunity. But hygiene is the easiest solution. You just clean the udder and keep it clean so that no infection happens. That will be the ultimate thing.
Okay. Can herbal or alternative treatments play a significant role in mastitis management?
Very much, very much. But again, it is only when you detect it at a very early stage. Prolonged infections, long time infections need antibiotic treatment, because the animal will not react immediately. It will take longer time once the disease progresses. So for if you detect early, you can go for herbal treatment. But prolonged infections, antibiotic is safe method to reduce animal damage as well as animal fatality.
Okay. How does reducing antibiotics use in dairy farming impact human health and antimicrobial resistance?
So when you see, we use a lot of uh, strong antibiotics for treatment, mastitis treatment. Like we even use penicillin. Penicillin is being currently used in veterinary very widely, and it is the most damaging antibiotic when if it develops uh, antibiotic residue in humans. There is no other antibiotic will work for us. So likewise, there are a lot of uh, antibiotics residue if it mixes with water. For example, if it mixes with water, the bacteria in the water will gain resistance for over a period. For example, if it we use manure, even in manure you'll find antibiotic residues. So we use that for organic farming. That damages the antibiotics in the antibiotics damages the bacteria that needs to be there for nitrogen fixum, rhizobium, and other things. So even the manure can damage the soil quality and also the fertility of the soil. This is not just soil, this includes soil, water, and when we consume as humans, we consume directly, we consume in loads, we consume on everyday basis. So that will lead to resistance very soon, especially when you give it to young humans, as in infants. This is very, very dangerous. The resistance will happen at a very early stage, and also even antibiotic mixed milk in infant will damage the gut microbiome. So we need good microbiome in the gut for better digestion. With antibiotics in milk, that will damage the gut microbiome also. So it is a very larger problem. AMR is the biggest pandemic, that silent pandemic that is happening across the globe. We have very little antibiotics. It's been more than 40 years we identified or invented an antibiotics. So there is no other antibiotics to develop, but the organisms are getting resistant very fast because of overexposure to antibiotics. So it is better to avoid it at maximum levels. So that's what we are doing by detecting it at very early stage. Even if it is infected, we go for ethnoveterinary herbal methods.
Okay. What kind of increase in milk yield or income can farmers expect with proper mastitis management?
You can expect at least 30% increase. I'll tell you how. First of all, you are detecting at a very early stage, or if you prevent it, you will prevent the 45-day loss. For a over a period, if the animal goes into mastitis, you lose as much as 10 to 12 liters per day. Multiply that to 30. You are losing as much as roughly about 300 liters easily. And on top of that, you are spending more on treatment plants. On top of that, the animal will not recover coming back to the same milk productivity after even treatment. So, calculating all this, you end up saving at least 30% of milk if you do proper milk hygiene.
Okay. Are smart diagnostic tools affordable for small and marginal farmers? How can they access them?
Say small, when I categorize small and marginal farmers who has less than 5 cattle, or even 3 cattle is what marginal farmers look into. So on average, if marginal farmers are having 3 cattle and they are milking up to 30 to 50 liters per day, that means they are earning roughly about 150, how much, roughly about 15,000 per month. But most of the time, the treatment cost itself is about 3,000 rupees, which can be very much avoided if they use proper technologies like us. In case of our devices, the smart technology that I mentioned, Quad Masters, which comes at the cost of 14,000 rupees per device, and you are not buying anything extra. Uh, Most of the time, it may not be affordable, but what we are doing is we are providing on the rental or EMI basis for a period of time. So they can buy it on rental basis. They can do it as a service to the neighboring farmers and generate a revenue on top of that as well. Since there is no chemicals involved, no extra expense involved. One time you buy the device, you'll be able to use it for a number of days, a number of animals. For we can do it as a service to other farmers also.
Okay. Are smart diagnostic tools affordable to? Sorry, sir. I think I finished this. I'll move on to the next one. What is the ROI, return on investment, for adapting modern mastitis management technologies?
See, as I said, you will get at least 30% increase in milk production. Secondly, if you when you use teat sealants and teat dips, you are spending less than 1 rupee per day for the mastitis management. So that means you are spending roughly about 30 to 50 rupees per day per month. Put that into 12, you will be spending less than 600 rupees for the whole year. Even if you get once one animal, you will be spending at least 1000 to 1500 rupees for treatment. So the return of investment here is very very high. You will get back. I mean, you are not even spending anything that is less than a injection cost, one antibiotic cost. So the farmers are very much encouraged to use such preventive tools rather than thinking that after getting infected, I'll do something about it.
Okay. What role can startups play in transforming traditional dairy practices?
So we as a startup, we work on 3 different verticals. One being we develop products and deliver through e-commerce platforms, and we have our own milk collection centers that are converted into Pashu Centrals. These are franchisee stores where they can buy the products directly at a manufacturing cost, almost a manufacturing cost. When the products go through a larger supply chain, like I give it to a dealer and then that guy gives to a distributor, and then when it comes to the market, it puts an additional at least 50 to 60% of the cost. I manufacture something at 20 rupees, but the MRP is roughly about 100 rupees. He gets it only at 95 rupees. So what is being manufactured at 20 goes as 95. We are cutting down as a startup. We sell directly through franchisees, through FPO partners at as good as 30, 35 rupees, 40 rupees. So here we are trying to provide this. This can only be possible if you can sell at a cheaper cost that can be affordable to the dairy farmer. So that's why we are cutting down the need for distributors and dealers, and we are selling directly to our partner through our partners like FPO partners, milk collection center owners, and other small dairy farms, VLEs, village level entrepreneurs, and other people as well. So we work directly with farmers. We, unlike other pharma companies, we don't have a larger supply chains where that puts additional cost for the end user. So we work directly with farmers, with milk collection centers, and we provide at a very good price that is affordable. We look for retention values rather than the actual product sales.
Okay. What future innovations do you see in dairy health monitoring, like AI, sensor, or automation?
Yes, we ourselves are working on what is called as a NIRAM. NIRAM is a AI integrated system. It's a milking machine which will give you insights on the quality of the animal and the quality of the milk being produced. When I say quality of the animal, is the animal healthy? Is it does it have enough nutrition? Does it have any stress, or is it producing enough necessary milk that it needs to be produced for the kind of nutrition that we give? If you want to increase milk production, what kind of nutrition the animal is lacking? And secondly, if the animal is ready for breeding or not, what is the right time to do the artificial insemination, and after insemination if the animal is pregnant or not. All those are detected from the milk itself, in the milking machine itself. Like whatever things that you get from the milk analyzer, like pH, lactose, water levels, fat, SNF, all those things you can detect it in real time while the milk is being collected. So this is what we are currently developing. It is in validation with Tanuvas and NDRI. We'll be able to launch this product by end of this year.
Okay. Do you think India is ready for data-driven dairy farming, especially in rural areas?
It is in the development. It is an in progress development that is currently happening. The usage of mobile phones has empowered more farmers to take data driven and tech driven solutions. There are a lot of farmers currently buying from us through e-commerce platforms. There is a lot of tech adaptation already happening, be it agriculture, be it dairy, be it aquaculture. Farmers are moving more from dairy farming to dairy business. So when they see it is as a business, that's when you can see profit. Yeah, it no longer should be a dairy farming. It should be dairy business. They have assets. They have to consider cow as their asset rather than their pet. It has to be considered an asset. When you have an asset, you have to do proper maintenance. So that's when the asset will give you income. So there is a lot of innovations happening, both socially, financially, at the farmer end also. So there's a lot of farm, what do you call, tech-driven fintech companies are there, where they take data of the animal and then provide loans. So there are a lot of tech-driven technologies already happening, but there is room for improvement and adaptation. We need to grow at least 5x to understand how good the innovations can take shape in transforming dairy tech.
Okay. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs entering the dairy or agri-tech space?
Yeah, as I said earlier, don't take it as a dairy farming, do it as a dairy business. Understand what you are dealing with. There are a lot of data available. Go through data, choose the right animals, use genetics based animal selection, use technology, understand how to adopt, and continue provide support to your to the dairy farmers who's working, yeah, under you, and continue provide new technologies. Secondly, usage of technology is no longer very fancy thing. It is a mandatory thing. It is mandatory that use technologies like milking machines, chaff cutters. Small items can change big difference. And regular visits by veterinarian is something that is mandatory. And veterinarian, not paravets. There is a big difference here. Veterinarians need to be there. If you are setting up a dairy farm with at least 20 cattle, make sure the veterinarian comes and visits you once in a month and take care of all the animals. And proper data on the breeding cycle is very important. And what kind of nutrition that you are giving. Most of the time the farmer end up providing nutrition that is available, as in agriculture waste available. But you have to supplement with concentrate. You have to understand the wet feed, dry feed, green feed and dry feed. So this will only happen when you understand technology and understand the animals better. Keep upgrading yourself, updating yourself. That will be the my major advice.
Okay. How can farmers transition from reactive treatment to preventive healthcare in livestock?
Understanding that most of the things are preventable is the major uh, uh, take that they should think. Most of the disease, most of the ailments are completely preventable by using proper hygiene methods. uh, it's a dairy animal. You cannot ask it to, you cannot train the animal to be hygienic, but we can train ourselves to maintain the hygienic. So that is very important. So hygiene comes major uh, thing in preventing any disease. Hygiene and improved immunity by better nutrition, these are the only two things that will impact disease management.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. We would like to thank Dr. Ragul Paramasivam for the talk and for answering the question. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Most
guys.
welcome, sir.
Good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.